Hi and welcome back to my channel. Before we get started, I did want to note that there will be spoilers for the show that we will be discussing. 2521 is a wholesome K-drama released in 2022. It depicts life in the late 90s as teenagers endure the ups and downs of adolescence during society hardships. And in this video, we will be discussing 25 facts about 2521. Kim Tae-ri, the actress for Nakido, and Bona, the actress for Ko Yerim, took fencing lessons to prepare for their characters. They trained for 6 months, 2 hours every day from a fencer who was a gold medalist. Both have stated how tough the sport actually is, and that at times it was very aggravating, but that they still had a lot of fun. Hito's diary in the show was actually owned by her actress Kim Tae-ri, who had originally wrote in the diary to improve her skills while training with Bona in real life, and later on, the creators decided to write the diary into the show. 2521 is very much known for doing a great job at representing the show and the era it takes place in, but there was actually something they got wrong. Despite taking place in the late 90s, in the show they use a modern fencing scoreboard. It was instead much more common to see manual scoring or simpler displays. Another modernized mistake that they made was giving Yerim a painted saber mask. Having a painted mask with your national flag or your own personal design did not become popular until around the early 2010s. Adding on the fact a painted saber mask does require certain techniques to be sure that the hits of the other fencers still register, and with this practice not yet being used during that time, it makes painted masks in the late 90s go against the FIE regulations. I will admit though, the painted mask is very cool, and I understand why they went against accuracy just to add this. The drama was extremely popular, consistently topping charts at the time of its release, with achieving significant viewership. It stayed ranked at number 1 in various countries, as well as topping global viewership charts, making it not only a major hit in Asia, but also a hit internationally. While we know that 2521 does take inspiration from real life, with them even having a few episodes take place during the tragedy 9/11 that happened in 2001 in the United States. It's also mostly set during a real-life predicament in South Korea during 1997 through 1998. The IMF crisis, or as it's referenced in the show by the characters, the Times, impacted Korean citizens severely. The IMF crisis happened due to a foreign exchange issue caused by chaebols, which are massive family-controlled businesses that have a huge impact on South Korea's economy. These chaebols were over-borrowing and poorly managing, which led to the government to seek a large bailout package from the IMF. The IMF provided a record-setting bailout, causing extremely large layoffs and much more, which resulted in a recession and mass unemployment. As it showed in the show, many people lost their jobs and ended up broke, with Yi Jin's dad being one of the high-profile members of a chaebol, losing his job and causing their house and belongings to be repossessed, which snowballed into the family making the decision to separate and fend on their own. His dad moved to an entirely different area, not letting them know where he stayed, while his mom moved back with her brother, and Yi Jin was left to take care of his brother. He quickly had to make the decision to drop his dreams of going to college and seek out work to help take care of his family, forcing him to mature rather quickly. The show's director, Jung Ji-hyun, wanted to make sure that the look of the show, of course, reflected the time it was set in, so they filmed in areas like Mapo District, Ayondong, but mostly Jeonju, due to there being many areas and neighborhoods that were older but well preserved. This helped really push the 90s retro aesthetic. Hambyok Tunnel, Sohokdong Art Village, Jeonjunjeol High School, Aeon Supermarket, and Crossing Guest House were set locations in Jeonju, while the beach episode took place at Sangcheon Beach and Gwangneung, Gangwon-do. The late 90s aesthetic was not only nostalgic for audiences, but the director himself, who was a high schooler during that time. He even spoke on remembering very vividly the IMF crisis and how badly it affected the adults, but especially the teenagers whose dreams were lost due to a situation out of their control. Hito's bangs was a choice made by the actress to help her appear younger. Once she turns 18, you'll notice that she wears her hair down instead of in a high ponytail or half up, half down, which overall, in my opinion, definitely did help her look much older than she did at the beginning of the series. She also noted that she made sure to maintain a good skincare routine, as well as doing research on the style of young girls during that time. Speaking of the bangs, Kim Tae-ri was actually casted after the writer of the show saw her with the choppy bangs, making it her character's signature. Baek Gi-jin's actor Nam Joo-hyuk actually met with a sports journalist to help mold his character. They helped him learn about the current situation of the news, which helped him figure out the aspects that he wanted to focus on to help better his portrayal. Kim Tae-ri and Nam Joo-hyuk had actually met before without realizing it. The two filmed 2 advertisements together years prior to being casted, and thanks to their roles, they are both now good friends with a strong bond and chemistry. 2521 is Kim Tae-ri's return to acting after 3 years. She acted in the very popular K-drama Mr. Sunshine that was also ironically directed by the director of 2521, and when interviewed, she said that she was delighted to be working with him again, stating that he was very honest and communicates freely. Bona revealed that she was extremely emotional on set, despite saying she actually doesn't cry often. During several emotional scenes, she found herself bursting into tears even if those scenes weren't even hers. Baek Gi-jin's breakdown after hurting Yiram was completely improvised. The director decided to give him and Kim Tae-ri creative freedom in this scene to make it much more genuine. It is one of the best and most heartbreaking scenes in the series. The show was actually spoiled before it aired. When the trailer was released, a song could be heard in the background, and many were able to recognize the popular song of the same name, 2521. It was released in 2013 and performed by the Korean band Jerum. The lyrics of the song follow the same theme of the show, with the 2 lovers separating at the ages 25 and 21, spoiling how the show was intended to end. Though the show was set in summer, they filmed during the harsh winter, making the actors act in very thin summer clothing despite the temperatures being -0 degrees. With many scenes of the cast having to be covered in frozen cold water, it was very difficult for them, especially since those scenes in particular had to be retaken or shot several times. While the show's main characters are teenagers, majority of the actors were actually of adult age. Kim Tae-ri was 31, Lee Joo-myung was 27, Nam Joo-hyuk was also 27, Kim Ji-yeon was 26, leaving Choi Hyun-wook to be the only actual teenager in the main cast at the age of 19 years old. Despite the dynamics of the show, Hedo's actor Tae-ri is actually 4 years older than Yi-jin's, and whether you see them in real life or in the show, you probably would have never guessed it. Once again discussing ages, most of the main cast members were actually born before 1998, which is the year the show was set in. Nam Joo-hyuk was born in 1994, Kim Tae-ri in 1990, Bona in 1995, Lee Joo-myung in 1993, and Hyun-wook being the only one born in the 2000s, 2002. This would actually place the main cast members as either toddlers, children, or in Hyun-wook's case, not even alive yet, instead of teens in the late 90s. Kim Tae-ri and Kim Hee-yeon, who plays her mother in the show, worked together in 2018 on the K-drama Mr. Sunshine. In this drama, she plays the mother-in-law of Tae-ri's character. During the filming, production did have to halt after Kim Tae-ri and Hyun-wook were tested positive for COVID. Along with the show, the original soundtrack also dominated. Songs like Starlight, BB's Very Slowly, Weinstein's Your Existence stayed consistently high on Korean music charts. Your Existence was also nominated for Best Original Soundtrack at the 2022 MAMA Awards. In real life, Kim Tae-ri and Nam Joo-hyuk switch in the roles of Hedo and Yi-jin. Like Hedo, Joo-hyuk was an athlete in high school. Like Yi-jin, Kim Tae-ri studied journalism. Fate really does have a way of working itself out in amazing ways. The story of the show was indeed inspired by the song mentioned earlier called 2521 by the Korean band Jerum. Besides naming the series after the song, reflecting the age of the character's separation, the story of the song is about experiencing a first love and embracing the happiness, friendship, and heartache that comes with it, while simultaneously dealing with the struggles of life, adolescence, and growing up. And though these moments and/or relationship may feel like they'll last forever, they're instead moments that you'll learn from and look back on. All of this is is heavily mirrored in the bittersweet story and ending of the main cast and couple of 2521, not to mention that the song itself is used several times throughout the show. And while the song is definitely one of the main inspirations behind the story, the creators of the show did indeed receive criticism for not contacting the band earlier during production. The song's popularity was revived due to the raving reviews of the drama, and even the band did come out to say that they were definitely aware of the show, but in the end, they did end up doing a special collaboration stage with two idols from the K-pop group G-Idol, Miyeon and Minnie, performing this song at the 2022 Mama Awards in honor of the show's extreme popularity and impact. What are some fun facts I might have missed? Let me know down below in the comments. I hope everyone enjoyed this video, and if you haven't watched the show, I do highly recommend it, though I've basically spoiled the majority of the plot in this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope everyone has an amazing day. Bye bye!